Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this vanilla Basque Cheesecake Loaf. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to grab yourself a large mixing bowl, and into that place in your room temperature cream cheese, followed by the sugar, and then mix the two together until they are fully combined. You are looking for the sugar to be kind of incorporated into the mixture, if not becoming a little lighter and fluffier. Once you've achieved this, you can then stop mixing. It should look something like this, like a whipped cream cheese, but not completely light and fluffy. Then you can go ahead and add in your eggs, whisk those in until they are fully incorporated. Feel free to do one at a time, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference with the end result. So just whisk those in until they are fully incorporated, not forgetting to add in the vanilla and whisk until that has been fully incorporated also. You can then go ahead and add in your double cream, which hasn't been whipped up beforehand, so just pour the cream in and whisk that in until it's fully incorporated. You will notice that the consistency does change, and this is completely normal. It is a very liquidy mix until we add the dry ingredients, which once you've incorporated the cream, you can then add in the flour and just whisk this in until it's fully incorporated. It does thicken up the mixture a little, but not too much, as this is quite a liquid mix in my personal experience. Then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down. This is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on, so don't forget to scrape the top and the bottom of the bowl, as there may be spots where you missed when you were using the hand whisk. Feel free to use an electric whisk as well if you would prefer. Then you can go ahead and grab your lined loaf pan. The loaf pan I'm using is a 2-pound loaf pan. Then pour in all of the Basque cheesecake mixture into your lined pan, and then just jiggle it around, and you may feel the need to use a spatula to get it more level. Whichever way works best for yourself, do that. Then you can go ahead and place into your preheated oven and bake it off. All the information you will need about this recipe will be on the blog post, so don't forget to check it out if you are interested. So once it's baked, you'll then want to allow it to cool down fully, and I like to chill mine in the fridge as it makes it much easier to work with. I chilled mine until the following day, so that was about 8 hours after baking, but feel free to do it as soon as you want to if you're in a rush. Remove the paper from the sides, and then you can go ahead and cut it up. Cut it into as many or as few pieces as you would like. The choice is really up to you. I went with generous portions and was able to share this with friends and family, but you do it however you'd like. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all my social medias. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.